Alright, let's start fitting this this mini Micra exhaust. I've laid it out on the floor to show you. I've laid it down next to a traditional mini Maniflow exhaust. Here it is. Sorry about the rolling image. Obviously you've got to paint the silencers red. That's the absolute law. And so yeah, it's a centre outlet at the back. It'll come smack bang out the middle of there. It's got the back box. It's got that intermediate silencer muffler, if you're American. That's where the mini one would end before it starts coming up the back of the engine. This is the adapter pipe I made, which will extend the mini one under the sump. There's the rear oxygen sensor if I need it. Welded the port in there, if you can call it that. You can buy those, and then it comes onto the GizFab manifold. Yeah, spot the obvious mistake. I was trying to balance that on the chair for photographic purposes, and as I'm an A-series man, I pointed the manifold in the wrong direction. So yeah, that needs turning around the proper way. Ugh. Like that. Yeah, sorry about that. Idiot's mistake. So you can see how much longer this has to be, and you can see the pre-cat oxygen sensor there, which GizFab provide an outlet for. So pre-cat, even though there's no cat on here, so I don't know what use that one's going to be, but I've put them on anyway. Diameter wise, we're looking at 54mm clamp size there to clamp that together, coming to a 58mm there, coming down to another 54mm there, and then mini down to the traditional 48mm clamp size there. So yeah, let's get fitting it. Let's get fitting it on that. And it fell over like I knew it would. Let's go. Right, let's get this exhaust fitted. You can see me. Let's get the body off. Without clattering it. Now, first thing we're going to do is see if we can get the manifold on. It's GizFab 4-into-1 jobby here. Nice bit of kit. Some superb TIG welding on this. It's stainless steel. Beautiful. But I've put a couple of fresh gaskets on there, coming off the head, off the exhausts, so that's good. I've had to carve out some more of this front valance to clear this lump here, because it is quite awkward to drop down and get past the get past the studs sticking out of the head. Got to take the dipstick out. I'll just see what happens. We'll try and slide it in. See if we've got enough space. Alternator brackets had to come off as well. You can see what you're fighting against. You can see I've not got much clearance there. Oh. Piece. Right. I need some bolts and some washers. So I've got some. Got some. Still there, yep. Got some nuts and thick washers here. So let's just use a couple of those just to hold it into place. Let's bring you right in here as best as I can. So I'm sure you don't want to be looking at my ugly face. Okay, I've got this manifold bolted on. There's 8 bolts. Some of the washers are a bit big. The pipes and the welding get in the way, so I'm going to have to get some little smaller washers, thick washers. I suppose I've got to remember that there's a lot going on in this little area here, and you know, it's amazing that they have managed to converge these four pipes into one in this little area. So access to the bolts, or to the nuts rather, is going to be restricted. So it's little spanner turns at a time on quite a few of the nuts on there. So what's next? Well, let's take you off, and then you can see where we are. So yeah, you can see how the access to the exhaust studs is quite limited, and you can see just how close here. I mean, that's going to be a paint bubbler there. I thought I'd allowed enough there. Maybe I'll need to carve a bit more out next time, if there is a next time, because it is very close. And then, yeah, I'm not too sure that bend's going to go on. Let me come back to you on that. Oh dear. Well, that was a bit more of a ball ache than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, I mean, look at this here. Let me take you off the... Look at the clearance I've got there now. And that was all down to that one stud underneath there, which I had to shorten. And I also had to round off the corners on the top of the nut just to physically get it on. I've had to flatten off the washer as well. Wasn't so bad that side, but these bottom ones are a right ball ache to get to. The top ones are all right, but yeah, that one was literally just holding the manifold off at an angle, pushing this out towards me. Now I've got a bit more clearance and I can get, hopefully, that bit of clearance will allow me to get this bend on. So let's get this bend on. I need to push this on, making sure I've got the clamp around there first. Let's try and do it one-handed. I should put some jointing compound on there really, but let's just do it dry. Swivel it up. Which clearance is there? Is that up enough? I don't know. I'll have to put you down a second. Let's put you back on there. I think it's up enough. Who's ringing at this time? 6:30 on an evening. Who rings at 6:30? Oh, pardon me. It's on, and the clamp's on. I can get a spanner to the clamp, but we're on. Yeah, remind me to fasten that clamp up. Don't want to do it yet until we get everything lined up. Right, where were we? Right, the next part after this bend is, let me wash my hands. Back to you in a second, just wash my hands. That was a waste of camera memory, wasn't it? Still, yep. Right, so what's next? The homemade extension pipe. So this is going to fit onto the bend we've just put on, and we're going to put that oxygen sensor in there. So I'm just going to use just a touch of anti-slip in this sensor. Just to stop it binding up, which I think they have a tendency of doing. We might as well put this in now instead of trying to fight with it later. Let's swizzle that bit of grease round. It doesn't go in very far. So that's in. 22mm spanner. There we go. You see it down there, sticking through. Does it stick through? Oh yeah, it does. I'm gone again. So yeah, that basically measures the amount of oxygen flashing in the exhaust gas, flashing past that sensor. I think there's some kind of thin metal, specially coated wire in there, which has got a certain resistance, and the resistance of this wire goes up and down depending on how much oxygen is in the exhaust gases rushing past. I think that's the science anyway, but I could just be talking bollocks. So let us get this pipe on. And I'll lower you down to see some of the real-time action. Down below. Whoa, travel down. That looks good. Yeah, it's okay, we've got the clamp on. Is that on a useful way? Down. Yeah. That's on. Oh yeah, and the sensor's in the right place. And the sensor's in the right place, which is a miracle. So we've got that clamp to do up as well there as well. So that's on. And that's going to flex up a bit once I've got the center section of the exhaust in. But as you can see, I've made an actual point of making everything flow into things. So the manifold flows into the bend flows into the connector pipe. It's not connecting the wrong way around. So let's get that link pipe or center part of the exhaust and see if it falls off. We're coming through. Which way around has that got to go? That way. I need some this off. The hell's that? Yep. Coming through. We're on. We're on. What's the dog leg? Which way does it dog leg? I like that. That looks right. Does that look right? You see, we've got the other clamp on there, so that runs into that. I think we're getting there. I think we're getting there. Let's go around and look at this. back area. What can you see? Yeah, let's see the pipe coming through there. So we need to try and hang this on somewhat. So as you can see, I've got a couple of nylon bobbins there, orange. Don't know why they're orange, but and they're going to be. Right, let's try and attach this back box on. Wiggle it, wiggle it. So I just need to somehow hang this up in the air. To save me breaking my arms. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Right, that's on. Christ, that's tight to there. Yeah, there's a dog leg in the main pipe, and I'm just trying to see what the best option is. I don't want it to. I need it to kick round the gear selector mechanism, but I also don't want it to dogleg so much it's going to hit the tunnel, the exhaust tunnel, or the floor. So I'm just seeing. I mean, I'll be honest, I'm miles away from the gear selector mechanism. So what would be best? Yeah, a bit too close. I do get sick of exhaust banging on speed bumps, but yeah, so I've got the hanger bit there, that U-clamp, and then I've got the clampy band bit forward of that, actually coupling it to that pipe, and then that bit of a dog leg forward. So now I've rotated the oxygen sensor around on the other end now. Let's go back around the other end. Oh, this is a long video, isn't it? Freaking exhaust. Is the oxygen sensor better coming in at an angle? I don't know. I don't know. It ain't going to work though, is it? I think that's on. I think that's on. A bit of tightening up now. A bit of tightening up. And yeah, so manifold on, clamp it there, and that clamp sweeps down, flexi joint, homemade extension piece with the oxygen sensor in, clamps on there, and sweeps down with a bit of a dog leg, straight through and out. I think I'm going to leave that lit video there for now. I'm going to clamp it up and tick it off, say it's done. Right, off to the pub. Catch you later. Thanks for persevering with that. Bit of a ball ache, but got there in the end. Catch you on the next one.